for you today, and I'm going to be answering your questions in the super chats. So if you do have a super chat, please go ahead and put it in. We're at the last degree of the moon in Sagittarius, so you still might be feeling that full moon energy. It usually goes for about 4 days out after the full moon, and it's only been like a day and a half or 2 days. So it just feels like this full moon has been like lingering around for some time. Yeah, coming and going. There's some little bit of a heavy energy going on astrologically for some of us under this full moon energy and some of the other planetary transits right now. I'm going to do a coffee cup to see if we can reveal any information, downloaded messages, and anything else that we might need to know or might need to look at today. So welcome everybody, welcome to the live. Thanks for the likes on arrival, truly appreciate that. And if you'd like to do a super chats are $5 USD equivalent or more per topic, per question. So you can, the bigger the donation, the more in-depth the reading, and you can add a little backstory in there as well if you'd like to know about something specific. The more specific the question, the more specific the answer sometimes, or sometimes get very specific answers just with a general question. Okay, so let's have a look and see who have we got in today. What's going on, everyone? What's happening? Okay. Hi, Glenifa. How are you? Hola, amor. Good to see you. Good to see you. And anyone who does want to donate offline, you can do that as well through my website, amiracelon.com. Hi, Tammy. How are you? What's been happening? Have you had any more interviews? Have you had any more leads? Have you been to Dallas? Have you checked out any property and real estate there? What's going on? Okay, let's have a look. Super chats are open, everyone. So some of you, when you're doing your super chat, some of you find it difficult to type things out. Maybe in your notes on your phones, just do like, you know, in between lives, maybe just do your questions there, then copy and paste them over and see if they fit into the chat box. I know that they limit a certain amount of characters in every super chat depending on your donation, but you can usually get your question in there. You usually know how it works anyway. Ooh, oh, I got something happening down in this cup today. Looking good, looking good, looking very interesting. Okay, we'll see if there's anything in the saucer and then we'll go on to the cup. The saucer is usually your family of origin, the place where you live. It's a little bit watery, so it's a bit tricky. I did see this polar bear here. There is a little bit of a polar bear. It looks a bit like a polar bear to me when I flip the cup over. So polar bears are survivors. They do go for what they want, and they do have a strong instinctual survival skill. I'm going to have to look up the meaning of a polar bear. Haven't had a polar bear for a while. I think we've had other bears, but not polar bears. I've got LL, initial L. I've got an I. I've also got India come up. There could be India, Indiana, Indianapolis, the country India. Sometimes these lives can go into a world prediction as well. You know, there can be messages there for world predictions. There looks like a leg here. Somebody might be giving you a leg up, or somebody might have a prosthetic leg. I know one of our viewers has at least. So that could be coming along well. A leg up means somebody's giving you a hand with something. They're giving you a promotion or a leg up, or they're favoring you in some way. We've also got a little cat here. That could be a little cat or a kitten in your house, literally, or it could be somebody's jealous in your household, or somebody to be jealous of in your household. Male or female, doesn't matter. I've got a goat here as well. Somebody born under the year of the goat in the Chinese, or under the sign of Capricorn. If it doesn't resonate with you, don't make it fit. But there could be something here in your reading, somebody else's reading that fits, or in the collective reading. I've got a fish here. It looks like part of a Pisces fish. So we've got one part of a Pisces energy here. So there could be a Pisces rising, a Pisces moon, a Pisces sun, or there could be somebody trying to find their mate, their Pisces, their other Pisces fish. There is a bracelet here. Looks like one of those fancy bracelets that kind of ends in an opening, like a solid bracelet, a bangle. So there could be some sort of, I just get the message of conclusion coming, or you're coming full circle around a situation, or you've almost made up your mind about a situation. So it could be about a situation where you live, where you want to live, where you're living, or how you're living, or something to do with a house or home. Okay. There looks to me like somebody's praying. So there could be more prayer and meditation going on in the house. Yeah, more prayer and meditation. I'm just going to look up polar bear energy, polar bear. Means strength, protection, leadership, and balance. Very good at balance. It represents a powerful and determined spirit that can guide you through challenges and inspire you to trust your abilities. The polar bear also embodies tranquil nature, encouraging personal balance and care for loved ones. It reminds me of gymnastics. If some of you are doing anything like that requires balance, whether it's pole dancing, gymnastics, anything like that, it could actually come into play there. So that could be your strength and power, protection and care, leadership and determination, balance and peace, intuition and spiritual awareness. The polar bear can be seen as a guide between worlds, heightening your intuition and spiritual awareness. Yeah, you often see polar bears, they look like they're alone, but they're probably not that alone. You know, they're probably not as alone as you think they are. Okay, so let's have a look at the cup. At the cup, everybody. This little thing came down the side there. It's a bit of a snake, so there could be a passionate energy there coming up for some of you. Bit of a passionate energy going on. Okay, so let's have a look. Excuse my brace, everybody. I have had a hand surgery, quite an in-depth one. And it's like a broken arm, so you've got to put it in a brace for a long time. All right, so here we go with the coffee cup. This looks like a flouncy dress. It looks like a bridal dress, a wedding dress, a bride. So there could be some sort of a proposal, a bride, a bridesmaid's dress. You might be invited to a wedding, or somebody's getting married. It also kind of reminds me a little bit of a Christmas tree as well. It looks very fancy, very bling bling, has sort of multiple layers, that type of thing. So there could be a bridal situation coming up between now and Christmas time. Down at the bottom of the cup there, and I haven't even touched that, is a heart. A heart emerging at the bottom of the cup. So that is a very, very beautiful imprint there. That is, I didn't even touch it. So that's naturally come about. So some of you are following your heart, trusting your intuition, trusting your heart's desire, etc. Could be attracting a beautiful, loving heart energy there as well. If anyone else does see anything in the cup, please do a shout out. I've also got a looks like a mythical creature, a dragon or something like that, or kind of first looked like a horse. So that means action, horses action. Then it looks like it's got two arms sort of grabbing at something. So, and sunglasses on. A bit of a gorilla, actually. There could be somebody who looks like a gorilla who's trying to sort of get a piece of you. Looks like they've got a lot of hair, darkish hair, more than lighter hair. It could be a fun person, somebody funny, somebody who's a character, somebody who is an entertainer, who likes you for some reason. There could be somebody there from your past who's trying to come back in, using humor to kind of come back into your life. I'm just going to go through this fairly quickly, and because we do have quite a few super chats to cover, those of you who are just listening might get a message in somebody else's super chat. Got an X here. X marks a spot. Got maybe an X coming back or trying to come back. Looks like there's some transformational energy here. It looks like a heart with wings. So a heart is floating on air. It might be feeling like you're really elevating, or your heart's desire. You're doing a lot of spiritual work, or elevating yourself spiritually or psychologically, doing some internal, external work on yourself. So you feel like you're really taking off in a new direction. And I have a beautiful eagle here, or a bird in flight taking off as well. So I do feel like you're moving in new directions. It looks almost like an aeroplane too. Some of you might be going on a journey. It looks like it's moving forward. There's also a heart element attached to it. Some of you might be traveling for love, or traveling with a love interest. Okay, I've got diving deep here. There's a figurine here diving deep, diving to the, some of you might be literally going diving, doing on some sort of a diving trip, going diving in the sea. Some of you might need to dive deep into your emotions or energies to try to tap into patterns, reasons why things keep repeating, and trying to break that pattern, break that energy. Some of you might be doing some deep healing work, some inner work, some work with a therapist, etc., to try to heal something that is hidden or at the depths of your subconscious mind even. Some of you might be doing dream work or past life regression. Looks like a fish here is whizzing around, so there's some more money here. Looks like there's a fish, and there's also a tadpole turning into a frog. So there's a leap here, a leap of faith, taking a leap of faith, taking a leap out of the pond where you might be working in, sitting in, friendship wise, living wise, and taking a leap of faith into a new arena, that type of situation. I've got an Aries symbol here too. Somebody born under the sign of Aries could be coming in around you. There's a V initial here as well. There's actually two Aries. So if you are an Aries, you might be attracting an Aries into your life as well. There's a little kitty here as well, a beautiful little kitten face. Looks like a friendly cat, a charming cat, a sweet cat. Some of you might be adopting a kitten. So that's nice. I might do a imprint for the collective with a wish and see what is under this imprint. Okay. All right. Let's check that out. Okay, imprints. Got a Cancer symbol, Taurus symbol here as well. Cancer, Taurus could be a match. There looks to me like there's a couple of faces that are onlookers. I'm getting the word onlookers, people looking on. I'm also getting a parrot. So there's big news coming in with a parrot. Parrots are very loud. There's some big news and messages coming in. There's another couple of birds there as well. There could be quite a bit of gossip or people calling or a lot of messages to check. There looks to me like there's a bull, like a Taurus energy, and it looks like it's running forward. There's a sense of running forward here. There's a couple of birds here that are looking in the backward direction. So that to me means that you're letting go of past gossip, past energy, past people that might have texted you that you feel you've outgrown the energy. I've also got a nice horse here as well, a white horse, and that also means action. But this horse is standing still and it's looking directly at you. So some of you might be looking at going horse riding or doing some sort of horse therapy, and or just waiting for the right time to take action. So that's what I'm getting with your cup, everybody. So it's looking good. Looking good. Okay. So let's have a look and see what else we've got coming in. Hi, Linglicious. How are you, my dear? Welcome back. Welcome, welcome. Hi, Cevitri Reiki. How are you? Okay. When are you planning on getting divorced, Cevitri? Okay. I'll come down to you in order. Glenifa is the first one. So let's have a look at Glenifa. Hola, amor. ¿Cómo estás? Hope everything is well. I have a friend that I have become close with, but I do not completely trust her. It's in my gut and I cannot understand why. For her birthday, she scheduled a dinner with a guy she just met last week. Well, she probably wants to be taken out to dinner. That's probably what she wants to do for her birthday. She wants to go out on a dinner date. I feel like sometimes with these immediate like friendship things, I think it takes time to trust people over time. So I would say, you know, she might come on thick and fast, but you might just, you know, want to take your time. You know, you're very much indecisive about her. There's definitely something there that's not ticking. She may be quite immature, so it might be a feeling of yours that she's taking your strength, she's taking your energy. She might be looking up to you as sort of like a source of energy. You're definitely sitting in two minds about it. I feel like she's kind of trying to make girlfriends or making girlfriends to try to meet men or be introduced to men. So that could be also what she wants, is to sort of expand her circles. I do feel like she's quite social and she's expanding her social circles. So it could be just what she does in general. And I would just sort of like take your time to trust her. You don't have to trust everybody straight away. You can just see how you go. All right. Thanks for the likes, everybody. We've only got a few likes and we've got quite a few of you in. So thank you for the likes on arrival or while you're here. Truly appreciate that. Okay, Tammy, how are you, my dear? When you have been asking her if you wanted to do something, you felt like it was not cool. Well, she was probably waiting for somebody to ask her on a date for a birthday. She probably wants to get the gifts, the flowers, and get everything, you know, to get a dinner date out. Yep, to get a dinner date out. She could also be a bit superstitious. She might think that, you know, she wants to go on a date for her birthday. Some people are like that. They feel like, I want to celebrate my birthday in a romantic way, and I'd like to start my solar, you know, new year type of solar return new year type of energy with a, you know, with a date. Yeah. Tammy, let's have a look. One card for each month, 6 cards, please. Okay, 1 card for each month. 6 months. Let's have a look. Tammy, what's happening with you? Is there anything new, Tammy? Anything new that's happened? Anything that's going on? Welcome for the collective link. Welcome. Cevitri. How long will it take you to get divorced? I'm asking you for a specific reason because it often ties your energy up to meeting somebody else that is available for relationship. Yeah. If you're legally divorced, it often doesn't work out. unless you have a date for the divorce signing or you have a definite timeline for the divorce. Because if you stay legally married, the legal energy of that marriage to that other person, even if you're not with them, if you're separated, if you've left them, etc., it ties up your energy from actually moving forward with someone else. And it can attract also unavailable men or unavailable people. Yeah, so you kind of sometimes need to close one door before another one opens, or before that you can take the brakes off and have a situation move forward. Okay, Tammy, nothing about any applications. What a pain, Tammy. We're already in June, halfway in June almost. Well, we've just had the full moon, so if anything's going to come up, it could be on the quarter moon moving in. The quarter moon. Moon in Aries, I feel for you might be a good time when the moon's in Aries. Let's have a look. Texas, Tammy. Okay, abundance, Tammy. You're working out new ways of getting money or consolidating your finances in June, July. So that is looking very, very good. And happy early birthday also to Tammy, being a Cancer. We're coming to the end of the Gemini season soon. So you're going to have your Cancer season come up nicely. July, you might be feeling sort of stuck between a rock and a hard place. There could be people pulling you in different directions. Could be your mother, could be Jim, could be your daughter. You might be feeling a little bit like twisted or trying to get, you know, things clear for yourself and not being so much the people pleaser or, you know, something like that. Let's clarify the devil. Okay, 2 cards jumped out. You're being shown a guiding light. You want to go in your own direction, but you feel like there's people who are kind of codependent with you or trying to make you codependent with them. So I think for you, it's very important to be very clear about exactly where you want to do it and how you want to do it and where you want to be and go. Because that's going to open up the road for you when you make that, you know, big decision. And let go of the fear of sort of having some sort of stability or security. If you're really stuck in somewhere that you don't like to be, then breaking out and moving into another arena is a good idea. Okay. Judgment. Right. So looking at July, August, we've got Judgment here. So you're having some sort of you're making a decision in August about how things are going to be. It's almost like it's your way or the highway. You're putting yourself first for a change, and it's your way or the highway. You could also be selected for a process or finally get some sort of process that's coming to you. Okay, it could have been delayed, like an interview, like finally a decision being made, you know, through an interview process. Did that one in San Antonio come back and say they filled the position, or it's closed now, or nothing came back about anybody? I mean, do these people, do they normally write back to everybody and say, oh, we filled the position, thank you for applying? You know, do they do that, or do they not bother anymore? No, I don't know what's going on with the world, but it's just getting very weird. Very weird indeed. Nothing about San Antonio. Yeah, so they might make a last minute decision. It could be decided later, or hopefully this is going to be the Dallas thing that's coming in. Okay, August, September, things up in the air. You could be offered something in October, November, and you might be thinking, no, I don't want to do that. Don't like that. Hopefully you're not sitting where you are. But if you are, it could be for a reason. You know, sometimes, you know, you don't want to get stressed out. Sometimes you might be in a situation for a reason. Even though you don't like the principle, it could be that you work out a different way of moving forward and what you want to do if you do have to go back there. I'd hope it doesn't come to that, but it just looks like things are not shifting, and I don't know exactly what it's about. What do you think it's about? And then we've got November looking further afield. I wonder if you're going to be sort of like something's going to open up mid-year. Mid-year things are going to start to shift. I don't know if it's to do with government grants or government funding. Yeah, you're going to get your wishes come true. It's going to be more towards the end of the year, something might shift. I mean, these other jobs, they might take on somebody and they might not work out, and they might suddenly put you in their position or reach out to you, you know, midstream or something like that. Does Tammy have to stay at this place? You know, and Jim might have something up his sleeve if he sees that you're going somewhere. There he is there. Family money. And star. You know, I think with these relationships, I feel like, you know, you are going to be noticed for your talents with the work environment, etc. But people might, you know, realize your contribution to the relationship after you've gone, or when you're leaving, or soon after you've gone, and then they might regret what, you know, not doing something sooner than later. So I think you have to kind of ask for what you want before it comes to that. And if they're not willing to do that, then maybe just check out, and that will free you up sort of energetically. So if you want somebody to do more things with you, to travel, you want, you know, them to, you want to be married, you want to be legally, you know, involved with them, you know, for your future security, etc. You know, you don't want to just be a girlfriend on the side. You know, you want to have somebody adding some value to your life, whether it's through a potential inheritance, whether it's through, you know, the 401ks, the financial, you know, collaboration with somebody else. You know, a partner who can enable you also to retire early, and then you can go off and do fun things together. You know, I think it's better to lay it out. And if Jim wants to get onto it, you know, he might be just being lazy. He might do it, you know. Texas schools are so underfunded right now. Lots of jobs are being cut. I'm kind of grateful to have the current job. Okay. Yeah, well, it could be like a sitting and waiting situation. Yeah, it could be a sitting and waiting. Hi, Elle. How are you? Thank you for the 5. All right. We'll go down the list. Glenna, feeling a little bit depressed with not succeeding with your weight loss. Try to go on some medication, some weight loss medication. That can also work wonders. I know it's expensive in the States. You might want to get it in Mexico or something. Monjaro is very effective. I've had many clients on that and also used it myself, and it does help a lot. Okay. And exercise, fitness, looking after yourself, everything else. Oh, you'd like some charms, Tammy? Okay, good. Charms for Tammy. I'm getting another T initial for you. I don't know if it's just the big state of Texas or something else, but let's have a look. Tammy. Well, you've got money here. Birds of a feather flock together. You've also got eagles. You've got spirit messages. You might be getting some messages from spirit through eagles. It could be Gary or your father or your ex-husband, your former husband. There's meditation, lotuses here, feeling very blessed, feeling very calm. You might actually set up, I don't know what it is, a water feature or some sort of a, it looks like a terracotta pot, but a big one with a water feature in it, with some lilies in it, with lotuses. You might set up a water feature at your property, which is good feng shui, near the front door or outside. You might get Jim to do it for you. Just give him tasks to do, you know. Okay, flight. Okay, so we've got you are going somewhere. I feel like you are going to Dallas. You might drive over there. I don't know if you're going to fly over there, but I feel like you're going to Dallas for some reason. I think you're going to see your daughter. There is a lot of transformation with you as well. You might be spending the holidays doing something fun, transforming yourself, doing something interesting. You've also got another type of interest that you're actually looking at studying. It could be just something fun, something on the side, something nothing to do with your work. It could be a hobby or an interest that you're putting your mind into and you're looking into. There's also potential writing of a book or writing something. It could be a children's book. It could be a children's book, something to do with mathematics even, like a fun way to learn mathematics or something like that. You could be coming up with some sort of a side project. Yeah, got another leaf here. This looks to me like autumnal leaves or fall leaves. So I feel like summer's now, and then we've got the fall. So I feel like something's going to shift for you in the fall. I don't know if you're going to be planning a trip in the fall time as well, or going somewhere. You're definitely taking an aeroplane here. There's a flight here. So I don't know where that's to. Where is it to? It's interesting. Mexico, maybe? Cancun. I'm getting Guatemala too. I don't know why. We've got the I Ching here. The coins. There is some nice coin here. I'm getting coins from Spirit. Lucky money from Spirit coming in. Some ideas from Spirit coming in. Okay. We've got CNBY. That's an E. NWF. Fort Worth, Texas. Nellie. I don't know if you've got a Nellie in Spirit. Nelsie or Chelsea or something like that. Cindy. I've also got a Barbie. Who's Barbie? Was it a nickname like Barbie doll? I mean, some people are called Barbie. Wendy. You know a Cindy in Spirit. Okay, well, Cindy's here. She could be the one that's giving you some creative inspiration about book writing or some sort of, what was she into? Fun, travel, creativity. Henry's still there, isn't he? Henry's still there. Benjamin or Benny. Freddie. Oh, you call your truck the Barbie truck. Very nice. Well, that's kind of funny, isn't it? So that's a little bit of a, somebody's watching you in spirit. They're kind of having a little bit of fun with you. Wilhelmina. Wendy. Something to do with Bitcoin. I don't know if you're pro or against it, pro or con. You might have strong beliefs about Bitcoin, or there could be something to do with Bitcoin popping up if you've got a Bitcoin, because that is one coin there. Yellow. I was called Wendy in high school because of a theatre play. Oh my God. So was that was Cindy in your school? Was she at school with you? I've also got a Kathy as well. Yeah, you've met a lot of people. You know a lot of people. There's a lot of names here. I feel like you've got female energy around you today in spirit. Somebody's from Fort Worth. I don't know who was from Fort Worth, but somebody's from Fort Worth. Cindy was your stepmother's sister who died very young. Oh, okay. Somebody's from Fort Worth, and they're showing me that for you. You might go to a rodeo there. I love rodeos, by the way. I used to do barrel racing on my horses. Yeah. Gary loved to go dancing in Fort Worth. Oh, there you go, Gary. Gary's all over the place, isn't he? Wyoming, WY. Oh, you rode Western horses too. Okay. Yeah, so, yeah, that explains that. Wyoming. I don't know if you're planning on a trip there. Going somewhere. It's also Canada. Canadian breeze. Are you planning on any trips this summer? Yeah, but you definitely got some funny energy and spirit. They're definitely making jokes and having fun with you. So that's interesting. Okay. Oh, you just got back from Colorado yesterday. Nice. Colorado's nice. It's a different energy, isn't it? Different situation. Okay. Cevitri, how are you, my dear? Welcome. Namaste. Okay, let's have a look, Cevitri. What's going on? Is there love for you in the next year? Very different. Yeah, it's very dry, isn't it? Even though some parts of Texas are dry. Jim does help you with your yard work at the lake. Oh, that's all he seems to be interested in, isn't it? Yard work. Got to get him doing something else. Maybe he should do like landscaping or creative design or something. I was going to take my business students to Washington, D.C. for a school trip. That sounds good. That sounds good. That's a flight. Yes. Thanks, Mystique, for your feedback about that. Okay, is there love for you at the next year? Separated from your husband last year and I'd like to be with somebody I really love. Well, yeah. Like I said, you don't want to have a rebound and you want to get legally divorced. Often people try to keep you married because they want to control you. So it's all about control. If people are resisting divorce, it's not because they don't want to get divorced. It's because they want to control you, control your money, control whatever's going on, control your life or stop you from moving forward to be in the arms of somebody else. But to answer your question, let's have a look. And if you're too, wanting love, you can also attract the wrong person. Let's see if anyone's coming in. And you want it to be a two-way street. You don't want it to be unrequited love. You don't want it to be a one-way thing. You want somebody to be as invested as you are in the relationship. Okay, Cevitri Reiki, let's have a look. Is there love for you next year? So next year's 2026, right? Looks like yes. Somebody generous. Or it looks like you're waiting to get your settlement as well. A settlement or division of, division of assets, etc. You're waiting for that to happen. It's going to take a while. There's a delay card here. Can be also a heartbreak, but it's a delay card. So don't jump into anything that you feel like there could be red flags involved in it. And also don't jump into something that somebody's looking for money, because this person could be looking for money, may not have the money that you have, and that could also be stressful as well. So I wouldn't be looking for somebody, a love interest. I would be looking for peace. You want your own peace, P-E-A-C-E. You want your own peace and serenity. You don't just want to fill a void, fill a gap with somebody that may or may not be suitable. I'm not saying this person can't come in. There's definitely love interest here. There's romance here. I would say dating would be a good idea. Why don't you go on some dates now and see who's out there? And don't jump into anything. Just keep things very, very slow. Don't jump into anything, and just see who's out there, who's available, and what they want. And what are they offering? What are they bringing to the table, and what are they trying to take from the table? Because men will try to invest as little as possible to get as much as they can. That's basically how it's going these days. A lot of girls now are not even bothering with relationships because men are just out there for what they can get. So you want to get the right person at the right time, who's in the right situation, you know, not just go for anything that's moving either. If you want male company, just go out on dates and enjoy yourself, have fun. There is some dating there, some romance there, so it's a definite yes, there is. Okay, Jay's thoughts and feelings, actions about you. Hi, Mystique. How are you, my dear? Hola. What are we up to with this Jay again? He hasn't snuck back in. Snuck back in. Yeah, men are a headache and a half at the moment. Yeah. Headache and a half. Headache and a half. Hi, Michi. How are you, my love? Welcome, welcome. Yeah, so get off the dating apps. Also, the dating apps, 2 out of 3 people are... There's been documentaries recently I've been watching. 2 out of 3 people are scammers, trying to get money out of women who are desperate for love. They're using the love card as getting money out of women. Scammers, and also catfishers. Thanks, Michi. Yes, I'm fine. I'm feeling great. Okay, Jay. Mel Robbins did a podcast about, an interview about catfishing, if you look at her channel. One woman invested over $1.5 million into a guy she'd never met, and who wasn't the guy who pretended to be the guy. Yeah, I've said this for years, though. It's been around for some time. Okay. Look, in his mind, he wants the ideal relationship, and he might be presenting like that. Jay might be, okay, Mystique, but he's still, you know, caught up in the past. He's still stuck in the past. He's still pining about the past. He still has unfinished business around him. And if he is doing massages from home, anyone I've known, you know, remotely who's done massages from home have been in, you know, in the game, basically. It's like going to one of those, you know, dubious Thai massage places that are open after hours. So, you know, in Western countries. So I would say, you know, he's trying to make gallant moves towards you, trying to make you an offer. But I just don't feel that this offer is ever going to be anything that you want. I mean, he's got an autistic son. He's not available for marriage. He doesn't have any money. He's working 3 jobs. He's got multiple businesses. He just doesn't have the time or energy to invest in what it is that you want. You know, you want a different type of guy, Mystique, you know. This guy is not the type of guy that you want. You don't want a guy who's got people coming in and out of the house doing massages. No, you just don't want this type of a guy. All right. Okay, Mystique, let's have a look at June to November 2025. Let's have a look. June to November 2025 for Mystique. How is everyone? Thanks for the likes, everybody. Truly appreciate it. Thank you for your super chat donations. I appreciate them very much. The feeling I get with him is he's from the other side of the tracks from where you are. It's like you were brought up in a certain way. You were brought up in a fairly conservative household, and he's from the other side of the tracks. He's like a loose cannon. That's how I feel. I just got the word other side of the tracks. Yeah. June to November. And, you know, these guys know game. You know, they've known game back, you know, centuries to the Middle Ages. Men have had game. You know, they've all had game and they all talk the talk, but do they walk it? You just have to look at the actions. You feel a bit better after you stop talking to them. Good, 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 good. June to November. Let's have a look for Mystique. June to November. Yeah, he's attracted to you because he feels like he's leveling up by being with you, you know. So you want to elevate yourself and go with somebody who is very established, they're mature, they have their own house, they don't have, you know, kids at home. They've got a great profession, job, or they're retired or semi-retired. Yeah, and you're very intuitive. You pick up on his BS, exactly. June to November. You could easily be with a man who's mature, who's retired or semi-retired, and they could be attractive to you and treat you like a princess, you know. That's what you want. Okay, June. Mystery in June. Mysterious things going on in June. July, you're definitely making a decision about something. You're going, okay, that's it. I've now seen the light. The judgment's been made. I've seen the light. It's all making sense now and coming down in shards of light. That's July. August, things up in the air. It's like you've got, what am I going to choose next? What am I going to do? Should I do that? Should I do that? You know, everything might look a little bit not sketchy, but scattered. And it's about kind of waiting and seeing what pops up out of those cups. What's going to be shown to you. There's going to be enough going on September that you won't need to do everything. So you're going to get more offers, but you're not going to have enough time to do everything that you're being offered. October, you've got a really nice contract here. October, November, you've got a really nice contract. Could be signing your name to something, a new job, a new lease, a new situation. You could extend the lease that you end up going into, or something like that, or getting some sort of legalities done that you need to get done. Could be insurance, could be medical insurance, something like that. You could get it onto a really good plan or something along those lines that's going to help you do any sort of health-oriented things that you need to get done. And you're going on a new adventure. I feel this is coming up around the end of the year, November, December. You're going on a new adventure, new starts, new beginnings. You feel like you've turned a leaf and you're going in a new direction. So it's actually looking really good. You're finishing out the year in a really nice kind of turn of events there. Okay, thank you, Glenna, for the 10. Anything Spirit wants you to know. And if you are just watching, you might get a message in somebody else's reading or through somebody else's reading, as it is a collective energy here that sometimes can, you know, can be beneficial to many people. All right. Anything Spirit needs you to know. Glenna, let's have a look, my dear. You feel like you've been going too slow. It's been like one step at a time, one step at a time. Things are not happening fast enough. And I feel like for some reason you're lacking confidence or you feel stuck. It could be something to do with your physicality, like you might not be feeling as fit as you usually are, or as slim as you usually are, or in shape or whatever. So that could be the thing that you need to get done, you know, you need to get sort of put into perspective. And that might help you move forward and get unstuck and feel more confident in what you're doing and where you're going. I am seeing a house in the horizon there. So I don't know if you're looking at buying a house, a property, moving into a new house, a new home. I know that you did recently move, or you were going to move at some point. So I do see a house coming up. It looks like a single family home. You might end up getting a loan for a purchase, or finding the right property that you want to purchase. It could all sort of come into alignment, or you might snap up a bargain or meet somebody who wants to, oh, you're moving into a new apartment soon, or meet somebody who has their own house. I'm seeing a freestanding house. Oh, same building. Okay, good. I'm also seeing butterflies, so I feel like there is transformation here. I do feel like you're going to spread your wings and sort of fly. I'm seeing like a blue butterfly. You might actually get symbols of certain things that you like and kind of put them around your new house or your new apartment to remind you that things are not stagnant, that things change all the time. Butterflies change, they evolve and come out of cocoons and fly away. I'm seeing like a blue Ulysses butterfly. Look up Ulysses butterfly, they're very rare. So you might put a picture of this beautiful blue butterfly somewhere. It could be a nice color for you as well, a good color for you to wear. It could be something that enhances your communication or intellect, mental skill or intellectual skill in some way, is what I feel for you. Thanks, Glennife. Okay. LB, how are you? Will my mother have a successful knee surgery? Let's have a look at L. I feel like she's doing it at the right time. How will L's mother's surgery go? Will it go well? Yes, I feel like it will go well. Yeah, there's a lot of unknowns right now, like, oh, how is it going to go, etc. She will get the help she needs, and there could have been confusion about when to do it, how to do it, you know, why to do it. But moving forward with it, yes. I don't know if she's doing it in July, but July is looking great. So I feel like it's a good move in the right direction. Okay. Hi, Mystique. Thank you for the 5. Am I still on track to moving into a place by the end of June, July? Good question. Oh, she's getting it done tomorrow. So I feel like by July she'll be like feeling a lot better. Oh, good. Oh, you had butterfly frames in gold. Oh, how lovely. Excellent. You're trying to get your Medicaid restarted. Yeah, there could be another program or something. I don't know. You might have to get some advice on that. Okay. Are you still on track to move into a place by end of June, July? 11 in the chat. Where's 11 in the chat? I might just refresh this screen to make sure I haven't lost any If you're low income, you could just get an agent to find the right insurance for you. I got an amazing insurance when I was in Washington. The agents will get you the best deal for your state. Yeah. Just get a broker. They don't take anything from you. They just get a commission. Okay. Are you on track to moving by the end of June? Okay, let's have a look at June. Will Mystique find the right place in June to move into? Contract for an apartment. Yes. Will Mystique have moved by July? Yes. So I feel it's a yes. What is being done behind my back, I know nothing of. Oh, thanks, Michi. How are you? Good to hear from you. Hi, Pisces Moon. How are you? Welcome back. What is being done behind your back? You know nothing of. Okay. Interesting question. I don't think there's much heavy energy or bad energy going on behind. I feel like you're pretty protected, Michi, actually. Your neighbor that you might have given the cold shoulder to, she might be gossiping a little bit about you, but I don't think she can do anything. She's still seeing those guys that she might be saying that she's not seeing anymore. That guy or various guys. I'm getting hot pants. Somebody's got hot pants on. Yeah, I think it's a good idea to get out of that apartment as soon as you can. I'm seeing the girls with the hot pants walking around there. Okay. Somebody could be crying over spilt milk or over the past, or has regrets about the past and maybe how they treated you or how it broke up or how something didn't happen in their right mind or the right favor, etc. There looks to be like some sort of legal things that are going on maybe in the process. So if you filed something that you're waiting to hear back from, I feel like that is being worked on behind the scenes before you go back in there and do something with it. Okay. Thanks for that, Michi. Okay, Pisces Moon, how are you? Will I meet my husband soon? I moved this week finally. Oh, fantastic. Okay. The meeting of the husband. Meeting of the husband. I'm getting the word Sag. It could be the month of Sagittarius or around December, November, December. Could be a Taurus, so that's the husband. Or the marriage card. That's a Sagittarius card. Moving forward, yes. I think it's after you move. After you move. And the sun shining on you. I don't know if you're thinking about going down to where your mother's from, something to do with her house. You might meet somebody on a trip. Or when you move, new horizons opening up for you. Yeah, I'm getting Sagittarius month or in a 5, so that's June, July, August, September, October, November. So yeah, November. So that makes sense. Yeah, I think it's time to get into her house, Michi. This selenite's really working for me at the moment. I don't normally use crystals, but not lately, but I've kind of decided to pick up on them again. Yeah. I think that the apartments are going to get even more crazy. I'm getting the hot pants girls walking around, the working girls on the street coming in. The hot pants girls moving around, yeah. Around your kids and everything. Do we need to do another little? Let's do a last call. And do we need to do another little general collective? Okay, let's do a general collective for the love oracle. Hot pants, girls. Yeah, hot pants, like short shorts, hot pants, pink, neon, neon green, blue, pink, yellow, like hot pants. Hot pants in all shapes and colors. Hot pants. I'm sounding like Tyler. Tyler's tarot. Hot pants, girls. Yeah, they're taking their clothes off for the summer and they're walking around their hot pants and their heels. Yeah, try to get into Linwood. Sometimes I have, like, I think about that aquatic centre and I just, oh, I wish I was there. It's so nice. There's definitely no hot pants girls at Linwood. Okay, not unless they've gone up there or they're working in the car wash. Okay, we'll do a little collective read here for love message. I'm getting a C initial like Craig, Christian, Kareem, C or a K. Somebody surprising you out of the blue, somebody from the past trying to come back towards you, karmic things that you might feel like some sort of karma is still lingering with this person, hasn't quite finished, or you might be trying to finish this situation story and open a new door to new opportunities popping in, using your own wisdom over time, travel. Some of you might be going on a romantic trip or a trip to meet somebody, toss up between two different people. I feel like a lot of you are not even bothered about love anymore, and I feel like a lot of women are sort of like just not even bothering anymore. Yeah, not bothering. It's like, yeah, I don't care. Whoever comes in, comes in. Whoever doesn't, doesn't. Okay, let's have a look. Mystique, thanks for the 5. The massage business never sat well with you. Yeah. Wouldn't sit well with anybody, my dear. That's why he's trying to, you know, scrape the bottom of the barrel. When will I be meeting my husband? Okay. Hi, Libra Venus. Thanks for the 5 from the UK. How are you? What time is it there? Must be early in the morning. When will you be meeting your husband? Timing for husband for Mystique. I'm getting that song Lovers in the Air. Maybe you're going to be singing that at some karaoke. Well, you've got something coming in, Mystique. As I said, this guy has a house. He's got a proper house. He doesn't live in an apartment. He's got a house. He's going to come in mysterious ways. There could be a 2 around it or a 4. So it could be August, October, 2 to 4 months out. We've got another 2 here with the High Priestess. Yeah, the people from the back are trying to get past, trying to get back with you. I feel like it's once you get out of that house, things are going to shift. Got to get away from your family. They're putting a heavy energy on you to be stuck with them. Any messages from spirit guides for Mystique? Let's have a look and see. Let's do a few. Let's do a little bit of a I was going to say tokens, but they're charms. Oh, you've got 2 coins here, so more money coming in. You've got an H here. You've got a Y, a Q, Quincy, Harry, Hawaii, HI, Honolulu, Happy Days. You've got 2 flights here. Somebody might work for the airlines, or you might start working in collaboration with the airport, with bus shuttles, shuttling flight crew backwards and forwards, etc. Somebody might give you like a buddy flights or something. You might get in with somebody who works as a pilot or with the airlines, and they might give you a buddy flights, which means that they pay like 10% or something like that. 10% of the price. I don't know if there's a suburb or a town, something like Queanbeyan. I know there's Queens in New York, but Queanbeyan, something that starts with a Q. You are going to get x-rays or ultrasounds done again for whatever it is that you have, like your shoulder or whatever. I wonder if that thing was brought on because of your driving, the seatbelt. Transformation coming up for you as well, more meditation and taking some time out, some quiet time. You might go on some sort of a retreat. Somebody from Hawaii, you might meet somebody from Hawaii who lives in Hawaii or travels there a lot. So keep an eye out for that one. Okay. You know, if it's work related, you might get some compensation for that, or it might get covered by work cover or something. I don't know how things work in the States, but you could, you know, I'd be consulting with your doctor, like try to get what you need done, you know, in the best possible way. Okay. Anything about the person coming your way? Venus, Libra. What time is it there? Okay, let's have a look. Anything about the person coming your way? And that's not good, Mystique, not good. You could get some sort of time off, like they might give you paid leave or something for that particular issue. So, you know, people try to get the best of the system, and some people don't even take advantage of it. So maybe it's time for you to do something about that, like get the system to work in your favor. Oh, it's 7:26 p.m. Michi, thanks. Something about Venus, Libra, anything about the person coming your way. You should have done it already, Mystique. I don't know why you wait for such a long time to do stuff. Got to get it done. You could get 6 months paid leave or something. Just saying. Okay. Somebody very passionate coming your way, Libra Venus. Somebody could be under the sign of Leo, or you meet them around the summertime, especially in August. And somebody that you may not be sure about to begin with. You could be kind of juggling your mind about them. They could have a Gemini aspect to them as well. You might be a little bit confused, like you can't quite read them or you're not quite sure. So I feel like you need to ask questions. Could be somebody that's done quite a bit of healing on themselves, or they've finished like a big job that they've been, you know, a big chapter of their life, whether it's they've just come out of a big job they've been in for a long time, or they've come out of a marriage, or their mother's passed away, or their parents have passed away, or something like that. Like they've just finished a big chapter in their life. They could have been abroad working and they've come back, that type of thing. So you might recognize a person because they've just finished a big chapter in their life. Okay. All right. I think you could say it's from your job, Mystique. I don't think why you shouldn't say it's from your job. I mean, it's probably contributed to it, so you can always just say it and just see if they agree with you or not. You know, there's people in America, billions of dollars, and they're not paying taxes. I mean, just think of the taxes you pay and the work that you do. I mean, there has to be something that gives. Okay. I don't think you need to be looking at men at all, Mystique. I feel like just sort first you and your life out, like your body and where you're going to be living. Okay. Anyone else? Well, the union rep should be helping you, you know, like do it now. Just tell them, I've got a claim I want to do. Let's get the ball rolling. I don't see why it's taking so long. Okay, like if you fell off a building, if you were a builder or working construction, I mean, they'd have you doing it the same day. So I just don't understand why it's not done. Yeah. Yeah, well, your cousin may or may not want to help you. Yeah, so see how you go. Try to just get it done. And, you know, you don't have to spend time on TikTok and all of that. It's just a waste of time. You know, it really is. I would be doing everything else except what, you know, everything that matters to get things done. I would file it ASAP, because you might get paid time off. Especially if it's been going on for years. You know, you could even get disability with it. If it's preventing you from work, you can't put a seatbelt on, it's too uncomfortable. Yeah, you might even get disability with it. Workers' compensation, disability. You just don't know where it's going to go. Okay, any last calls, anyone? I'll leave the chat open for 30 seconds and I'll close. Yeah, I don't know why people put up with, you know, why you put up with these ailments without getting stuff done. Yeah. Thanks for joining, everybody. I truly appreciate it. I hope everyone's doing really well. Okay. You're most welcome, Michi. Most welcome, Mystique. Yeah, it's time not to work so much, because if you keep working like that, you work yourself into the ground, and then where does it get you, you know? You just end up falling apart. You have physical problems, health problems. Yeah, well, you know, stop putting so much energy into your TikTok and all of that. It's just too much sitting as well. It's just sitting a lot of the time, sitting instead of moving the body. Okay. Yeah, the first thing is to get out of the house, to get a new house. And I wish you all the best with that. I'm sure you'll get something by the end of the month if you put your mind to it. Lots of love and blessings, everybody. Take care, and I'll see you on the next live.